Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah الذي ألف بالإسلام بين قلوب المؤمنين وأوجب الاتحاد وحرم التفرق في كتابه المبين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله هدى من يشاء إلى صراط المستقيم وأشهد أن سيدنا محمد رسول الله خير داع إلى طريق القويم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه الذين تحببت نفوسهم وتحبت قلوبهم فكانوا سادة المنصورين. أما بعد، فيا عباد الله، أوصيكم ونفسي أولا بتقوى الله تعالى وطاعته. That is, our praise is due to Allah, who has united the hearts of the believer in Islam and has made it an obligation to remain united, and has made it forbidden to become separated in his clear book. I bear witness that there is nothing worthy of worship except Allah, who guides to the straight path whom he wills, and I bear witness that the Prophet Muhammad is his messenger and the best caller to the way that is straight. O Allah, please send your prayers and your peace upon our leader Muhammad and upon his family and upon his companions, whose souls were educated and whose hearts were united so that they became victorious leaders. And what follows thereafter, O believers of Allah, I advise you, as well as I advise myself, to first have the proper regard for Allah and thereafter be obedient to him. Dear brothers and sisters, I greet you with the universal greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to begin our series, or continue our series rather, on the Army values. And we're going to start today with the value of loyalty. And with this value of loyalty, we will look at the Prophet Harun, or Aaron, as he is more commonly known. We'll look at him in relation to the military, the army value of loyalty, and we'll also in the second half look at the Prophet Harun as a concept. So what we know about the value of loyalty, what we know about the army value of loyalty, it says to bear true faith and allegiance to the United States Constitution, the Army, your unit, and other soldiers. And that's what we take in as members of the Army to be loyal to. Now, I want to tell you a story before we really jump into this. And it's a very familiar story, but I want us to approach it a little bit differently. So this story involves two brothers that have known each other for a long time. They've gone through certain things. They've gone through things with each other, gone through things with others, and they can trust one another. They understand what the other one needs, what the other one has strengths in, and what the other one has weaknesses in, and they know how to work together to accomplish things. Now, these two brothers go on a trip, and they bring some people with them, big crowd. And we know the story. We're just telling it a little bit differently. One brother says to the other brother that I have to go off on a mission. I have to go get some clarity. I have to get some information. I need to go do some recon to see what's happening over there. There seems to be some intel up in that mountain. Let me go ahead. Let me go recon the area, get the information, and come back to you. But while I'm gone, I need you to maintain security, or maintain the perimeter. I need you to maintain what's going on, both logistically and security wise. I want you to make sure that everything that's happening here is good, and we don't have any issues. So there was this, between these two brothers, there was this loyalty, understanding, one loyal to the other because he knows that if he says he's going to go recon and get some information, that he's going to go do that. So because he's trustworthy, this brother is loyal to him. And the other brother knows that this brother that he's leaving in charge is competent. He knows that this brother that he's leaving in charge will do his duty. So he trusts him. So he's loyal to him. He understands the loyalty that he has for his brother. So he doesn't mind leaving him to take care of the other issues that aren't the out front sort of missions. So they part ways. And the one brother, he moves to where he's going. He gets into the mountains and start collecting this intel. And then he hears a voice, and he's given this intel, he's got this he's getting this operation order. He's getting this op order of what to do as he goes on to this next mission. You know, the Quran says, well, I'm going to paraphrase this. This brother is commanded to go back to where he came from, to go back and move forward into this area where he came from, that he took all this time to get out of. And this brother is responding by listing his shortcomings, listing that he may be a wanted man there, listing that he may not be so eloquent, or he may not be able to fully communicate what he's being told to communicate. But this, as he's getting this intel, it's telling him specifically what to do when you go there. Go here and do this. I need you to make these moves. I need you to throw this down. I need you to go this way. I need you to do all these specific things that this brother is being told to do. But he lists those shortcomings. And he says, he says, "Oh my Lord, I've slain a man among them, and I fear lest they slay me." So this brother is concerned about where he's going. He's concerned about his safety. But then he says, remembering his loyal brother, he says, "And my brother Aaron, he is more eloquent in speech than I. So send him with me as a helper to confirm and strengthen me, for I fear that they may accuse me of falsehood." So here in the middle of making this decision or getting this information passed down, this one brother has communicated that he needs help. Now, the other brother doesn't know this. The one that's loyal to him doesn't know this. He didn't ask any questions when he was told to stay here and maintain security or maintain the environment that he was at. He asked no questions. He was loyal. And so this other brother returned this loyalty because he knew his competence. So it was agreed upon. He went back, and we know the story of what happened when we went back, but that's not the point of this discussion. We're not giving a historical account to an academic level. We're just kind of glazing over it a little bit, just for context. So there's this loyalty. There's this loyalty that these two brothers had for each other. And we know these brothers to be Moses and Aaron, or Musa and Harun. So, but this story isn't about Moses. This story is about Harun. This story is about Aaron. This story is about the loyalty that he showed. The loyalty that he showed, that when he was given, even though he may have thought, or he may have known that he was a better speaker. He may have known that he was better at organizing. He may have known that he was better at communicating a message or being more effective in a specific way. But he knew that he wasn't the leader. He knew that it wasn't his place to go and recon this area. And it wasn't his place to then be told to tell someone else to maintain this posture. He was loyal. He was loyal to the mission. He was loyal to his brother. But he was only loyal to his brother because his brother was trustworthy. And his brother only trusted him because he was loyal. So as we look at this idea of loyalty amongst us as soldiers, amongst us as as military, or even in popular culture, we have so many broken concepts of loyalty. This loyalty of no snitching. Like if someone is doing wrong, I'm gonna show you my loyalty by not saying what you're doing, by not calling you to account. That's not loyalty. There's songs that talk about being loyal and all these different things, and there's these different codes and um, different terms and different things that are used to say being loyal, but it's not actual loyalty. Sometimes it's dishonest, sometimes it's disingenuous, but we have to think about, if we are given a task, or as military service members, if we're to bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution, the Army, our unit, other soldiers, this is us showing loyalty. This is like Aaron. This is being like Aaron, where Aaron decided that he was going to take on this job that Moses gave to him. Now, for another analogy, another way to look at it, think of it as everybody, infantry calls everyone pogues, people other than grunts. But you may be in a supporting role. They may not be able to accomplish their task without you. They may not be able to do what their mission is required, what they were told to do, without you. No matter what, however high speed you think that group is, they can't do their mission without you. They can't do their mission without supply. They can't do that mission without logistics. They can't do that mission without truck drivers. So don't feel insignificant in the role that you play. You play a very important role in the mission. Aaron played a very important role in the mission of Moses. There were some hiccups. Yes, there were some things that could have gone better, but the job could not have gotten done. The mission could not have been done if there was not that loyal soldier, that loyal brother that was there, willing to take on the duty and the task that was given by his brother. So as we conclude this first half, brothers and sisters, I want us to always keep in mind that though we may not have the position or the role or the MOS or the job that gets all the accolades, that gets all the awards, just know that you are important. You play a special role in this. The mission could not be done without you. All those that get the pats on the backs, the ones they make movies about, they couldn't do what they do. They can't get where they go. They can't have the equipment that they need without you. So continue to be loyal like Aaron. Continue to be loyal to your brother. Continue to be loyal to the fellow soldiers in your unit. أقول قولي هذا استغفر الله لي ولكم والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Dear brothers and sisters, so we spoke briefly about Aaron or Harun being in relation to the army values. And so now I want us to look at Aaron or Harun as a concept, or as something that's internal with us. So I like for us to step out of this idea of Harun as a person, but look at him as your decision making. Look at him as your moral compass. Look at him as something that helps you decide or to discern right from wrong, or what needs to be done. So we just came out of the month of Ramadan not too long ago. And during this month of Ramadan, we spent this time educating ourselves. We spent this time building ourselves up religiously. We spent this time growing. And that's in this space. So we can take that also into life. As we've gone to the military, we begin to accumulate rank. We begin to accumulate medals. We begin to accumulate rewards. People begin to know our names. Our various NCOERs or OERs became became full of information. Our DD-214 filled up with more information. All these things, our finances began to grow. Our families got bigger. All these things were growing with us because we put this time in to grow. We put this time in to struggle and work for it. And we were very intentional on the things that we did to get us to where we are now, to get us to this high place, to get us to get us to this area where now we may have heated discussions. Well, now we may be getting information from high places. You know, we may have these secret clearances. We may, you know, so we're up in this space, and we are beginning to feel ourselves. We're beginning to neglect our intentionality on our decision making. We feel that we've done so much that we can coast, that we can be on autopilot, that we don't necessarily have to pay the same attention that we did before. That because we're no longer in school, I don't need to read up on what it is that got me in the position. I'm no longer remembering my regulations. Depending on my job, I may be losing some insight on my skill set. If I'm a chaplain, I may be losing a little bit of my religiosity because I'm so caught up into my rank. I'm so caught up into the job or who I work with or who I'm around. All these things can happen to anybody. So if we look at Aaron as this concept, we see ourselves worked our way to get all the way to this place. We left through all this turmoil and struggle, and we went for a long journey to find ourselves. And now we found ourselves up in this high place. And before we left, before we started moving up, we felt that our good sense and our good judgment would be down, and it will be okay. It will take care of us while we're in the environment, while it's in among society, while it's getting the influences from everywhere. We thought that our good sense, our good judgment, this Aaron concept, within the environment was going to be able to handle it. But we left it to go to a high place. We left it to go to where we got our head in the clouds, where we feel validated. And so this Aaron concept, this decision making is down here with the people. It's down here with our other desires. It's down here with our other things. So we begin to build idols. We build an idol of our ego. Our ego becomes an idol. Our status becomes an idol. Our job becomes an idol. Who we work with becomes an idol. The patch on our left arm becomes an idol. The tabs that we may have become an idol. All these things become an idol because we left and went to this lofty place. We've ascended to this lofty place, and we did not show intentionality to this Aaron concept, to this good decision-making skill. So we find ourselves allowing idols to be made. We know better, but we don't show better, as they say. We don't work to break those idols down. It's not until we've got to some point to the edge of the information or the edge of what we were sent to or meant to accomplish in that high place, or we had time to reflect on what it is that we're doing, that we come back and we see that everything has gone crazy. That you've built idols of yourself. You've built your ego has built an idol of yourself. It's elevated you. You're no longer intentional. Your Aaron concept is no longer there. That good decision-making skill is no longer there. It's not strong enough to fight off these idols. It's not strong enough to fight off these ideas you have of yourself or your environment. So you have to come back and become more intentional. You have to come back and put a hold on what's going on. You've got to break these idols. You've got to destroy these things. You have to burn that out of you. So you may fast. You may do all these things. You may read more, but you have to work to get this back in order. You have to work to get your situation back in order, because when you come back from that high place and you realize you have all these idols to yourself, to your finances, to the things that you've accumulated, built up, you've got to wander a little bit and suffer. You've got to wander a little bit and 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 get yourself back on the right track so that you can fulfill what was already written for you, so that you can fulfill the good things that God wants from you. Brothers and sisters, today was loyalty, and we'll move through the next we'll move through duty on the next Friday, inshallah. But be careful to not lose your intentionality with your Aaron concept or your Aaron principle, that good decision making skill, that ability to discern right from wrong. Sometimes you have to come back from your high place. Sometimes you have to come off that mountain and you have to assess your environment. May the peace and blessings of Allah be with you. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. إن صلاتي ونسكي ومحياي ومماتي لله رب العالمين لا شريك له وبذلك أمرت وأنا أول المسلمين الحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.